Da, 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 da. I don't know what it is, but I've been very pumped up today and yesterday. Like, I've been extremely pumped up. I don't know if it's because I have been oversleeping a lot more, or I fixed my schedule and starting to go to bed around 10 o'clock. I don't know what it is, but damn, I am pumped up in this episode of Seraph of the End. Fucking enjoying it. Like, I was really enjoying it. I really was. Like, this episode, damn. I'm just gonna say, I got to say right now, I feel very bad for Best Girl Shinoa because she was made fun of for her height, and I can feel that. I know that situation because I want to, you know, be personal, all of you Chibits, and, you know, let you in on a secret. If you did not know, I am, in fact, short. Chibi. I am actually short. Only 5'3". And that's pretty fucking short. That's pretty fucking short for a 20-year-old. And so, you know, when I first started driving, I actually had to lift up the seat to the highest maximum that I can see properly on the road. So, I understand Best Girl's pain, I really do, and all you short Chibits out there probably know my pain too. So, the thing is, it was very funny seeing it from the outsider's perspective in this episode, seeing Shinoa just having a lot of issues with driving. She's like, trying to see over the steering wheel. That's fucking adorable. That was really adorable, and probably one of the best moments of the episode, personally, to me, just because I can relate so much with that scene. So much. I could just relate. Now, I have to point out something, okay? Now, don't get me wrong for what I'm about to say, okay? I love this episode, and I've already expressed that enough, but I have to point out some things. When it came to this episode of Seraph of the End, there was some bad art quality. Like, holy shit. Like, I'm just gonna show a picture right quick. I'll just show you one specific picture. Just look at that face of Shinoa, okay? Best Girl being Best Girl. But let's be real here. No matter the derp, she is still Best Girl, and she's still a great character. But the thing I wanted to point out is that the art in the recent past couple episodes have kind of had these derps in them. Like, not just this specific scene, but there's been many scenes throughout these episodes that have these derps constantly ongoing, and obviously this tends to happen in anime nowadays. It does happen, and it's something we should come to expect, but I'm just really starting to notice it a lot more recently. And I mean, when the characters start getting into a fight or getting very close up and personal, their art looks freaking great. But when it comes to these characters, often like in the distance, and you just see this big ass background, their faces look like shit. It really does. It's just like herpa-derp. But regardless of that, besides the derp, art looked pretty good when it mattered into this episode. Like when the art mattered and the fights were going down, it looked good. It really did. It wasn't the best, but it looked good. Now, thing is, okay, one thing I have to state when it came to this episode, I felt like the first half was rather anticlimactic, to be honest, because these vampires since episode 1 have been hyped up, like, holy shit, these are the fucking vampires, they're monsters, and I mean, hear me out, okay? Like I said, the first half. I'm not talking about the second half of the episode. I'm just talking about the first half. The first half of the episode, you just see these vampire fodder getting fucking wrecked. Like, you just goes in there just like, just fucking wrecking them. And I'm like, what the hell? And, I mean, he's just destroying them like they're paper mache. Like, he cuts through their blade and their body like they're paper mache. That's really what we witnessed in this episode. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It was very anticlimactic, the way the first encounter with vampires, like when it came to the cursed gear, they just got destroyed. And I'm like, what the hell? And then we see the noble at the end of the episode. Holy shit, that power gap. Like, damn, the gap between fodder class vampires to that noble vampire, damn. Like, okay, let's put it this way. It's like comparing paper mache with diamond. That is what we just witnessed in this episode. Like, you start at the beginning of the episode, you see these fodder vampire paper mache, and then you go to the end, and you see this noble vampire called Crowley, or whatever his name is, that turns out to be like a shiny-ass gold statue or diamond, and you're like, my god, like, holy crap. So, yeah, I just personally feel like the way the vampires are done in the first half, I guess they were there to showcase that the nobles are very strong, which I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. I just felt like the first encounter with a vampire was just a little bit meh. Now, besides the first half, mainly just talking about how humans are ugly creatures, which all of us know by now humans are awful and ugly creatures. If you watch my No Longer Human review very fucking obvious. Or even Berserk reviews, if you've ever seen that. But regardless of that, getting back on topic, the first half of the episode focuses on this little girl betraying you and the entire gang, like, for her family, to save her family and friends, which is very obvious you do that if your family was taken hostage. So that's kind of what the first half of the episode was. The second half of the episode goes into the vehicle comedy, along with introducing this Noble Crowley, and damn, and just setting up for an upcoming fight next week, like, in this town that's being sieged. And that's what this episode is about, you know, doing a brief description of this episode. But the main thing, though, I want to talk about, though, is once again that car scene. Like, oh my god, you. Don't drive. Don't fucking drive. Dude, man. Who the fuck drives into a street pole and continues to drive into a street pole? What the fuck, dude? No. You don't do that. Who sits there and continuously holds the pedal down while you're ramming into a street? Like, okay, I know he hasn't drove before, but shit, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, it's common sense. If you're holding the pedal down and you're going forward, you get off that pedal and hit the other pedal. You know, just deduction, simple deduction if you're new to a car. Just like, my god. Just stay away from vehicles. Stay away from damn vehicles. You guys are gonna kill yourselves. Seriously, we're gonna have a death from a vehicle, not a vampire, if this continues on. Anyways, episode overall, I enjoyed it. It was a very, very fun episode. I cannot wait to see what is going to happen next week. I'm enjoying the series. I mean, it's a very enjoyable series, even though, like I pointed out multiple times, it does have its issues, it does have its cliches, and it does have not the best solid writing of all time, but it's enjoyable, and depending on how you are, you can probably get a lot of entertainment from this series, and that's what I'm doing. So, yeah, tell me your thoughts, comments below. What was your favorite moment? I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.